There are people who are loaded, yet they died without fulfilling their dreams. Why? Because there is nobody to interpret it for them. So if you are going to go far in this life, you need men after the order of Joseph who will interpret your dreams for you and give you directions. If you want to be successful in this life and make the most of your journey, these are the kind of people you need around you. Number one, I call them runners. The Bible speaking in the book of Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 2, it says, write your vision down and make it plain upon tables, so that he that readeth will run with it. Listen to me, in this life, not everybody will believe in your vision. There are people who look at your vision and they say, this person can never be this. He can never make it up to this level. And there are few others that when you tell them your dreams and your aspiration, they will tell you straight to your face, you know what? I believe in this, your vision. I believe that you can be this. I believe that you can make it up to this level. These are the kind of people you need around you if you are going to go far in life. Not everybody is going to journey with you. Listen to me, you don't need everybody to journey with you in the journey of destiny. You need a few people that believe in your vision and are ready to run with it. Number two kinds of people that you need if you are going to go far and make the most of your life in this earth, they are called introducers. Listen to me, somebody introduced Jesus. Although he was the Godhead, but as far as the earth realm is concerned, he needed somebody that had been on ground before him to introduce him. And who was that? His name was John the Baptist. At the river of Jordan, John the Baptist introduced Jesus to his generation. Before then, all that people knew about Jesus was the son of the carpenter. But the moment he was introduced to his generation, they began to look at him in a different light. David was such a skillful and a talented young man, but he needed somebody that would introduce him to the palace. And the moment David was introduced to the palace, his destiny took another turn from that point. Before then, all that David was doing was hang around his peers, his contemporaries in his father's house, until he was introduced by someone. Number three kind of people you need if you are going to go far in this life, I call them interpreters. As influential as Pharaoh was, he needed somebody that will interpret his dreams. As influential as Nebuchadnezzar was, he needed somebody that will interpret his dreams. They all had dreams. Listen to me, in this life, we all have one dream or the other, but the problem is interpreters. It seems to me that like my generation is suffering shortage of interpreters. The problem is that it's not that you don't have dreams, but do you have someone that will interpret your dreams for you? It's not that you don't have visions and ambitions. There are people who are loaded, yet they died without fulfilling their dreams. Why? Because there is nobody to interpret it for them. So if you are going to go far in this life, you need men after the order of Joseph who will interpret your dreams for you and give you directions on how to go to achieve your purpose and your dreams in life. The next kind of people you need if you are going to make the most of your journey, I call them the kingmakers. Who are kingmakers? Kingmakers are people who necessarily do not have interest on the throne, but what it takes to put you on the throne is in their hands. They have the connection, they have the resources, they have the influence, and what it takes to put you there. So if you are going to ascend your throne in this life, you need the kingmakers. Samuel had to introduce Saul to the throne. He anointed Saul even when the people say Saul cannot be our king. And Samuel single-handedly enthroned Saul over the people of Israel. What about David? Samuel had to anoint David to become the king of Israel. You need kingmakers. These are people that they have the experience, either where you are trying to go to, they have passed through that phase before, and they can hold your hands and walk you through walk you through the next phase of your life. They are called the kingmakers. Lastly, the kind of people that you need to ascend or to become valuable in this life. Next kind of people you need if you are going to make the most of your journey in this life, I call them the lifters. That you are on your low level today is not the end of life. You just need to hang around the right people who will be able to hold your hand from that dungeon where life has kept you, and you'll be able to lift you to the right place where you ought to be in life. There's a story that so much touched me in the Bible. It's the story of Mephibosheth. The Bible says he was crippled as a result of the war that took his father and his great-grandfather, Saul. Mephibosheth was a son of Jonathan, and he became crippled as a result of the war that took his people, and he was the only surviving person, although he came from an influential family, but he was crippled. But his father, Jonathan, has sown so much seed in the life of Joseph that Mephibosheth was going to enjoy from in the days to come. So the moment David ascended the throne, he said, is there anyone in the house of Saul that I can show kindness to? And they said the only surviving person is a crippled, imbecile person, and his name is Mephibosheth. They said, go and bring him. And he told Mephibosheth, from today you will sit on the throne to eat with me. He was in the dungeon where life kept him, where situations kept him. But one person lifted him from the dungeon until he ascended the height where he ought to be. So, all these stories tells us that association is very, very powerful. Your life is going in the direction of your most dominant association. And all these stories pointing towards that if you are going to go far and make the most of your journey, don't hang around anyhow people. Association could be very costly when when you hang around the wrong people. It's going to be costly. So all this that I've said, ensure that you put them to practice, and I will definitely see you at the top. See you in the next video. God bless you.